It's Seals. I just got out of the shower, of course, because it is Valentine's Day. Hope you guys are having a wonderful one. Today, we're going to talk about Hu Tao as well as Xiao. We got like what? How many days on Xiao? I think 2 days by the time you watch this. Now, I'm not going to talk about like their aesthetics. That is like your personal choice, right? Like whether you like Xiao, that tattooed hot body, he's mega short like me, or you're going to go for waifu. That's up to you. I just want to talk about, just discuss with you how Hu Tao may feel in a roster today and what is pretty much her role. Is it even needed? So if you haven't watched my Hu Tao video, we're just going to go over everything quickly. She is a pyro character. She is a polearm user just like Xiao. She's a 5-star. But she is designed a little bit different. Hu Tao is going to be all about cooldowns and the wombo combo coming from her elemental skill and then elemental burst as well. So she's basically doing damage when her elemental skill is up. Hu Tao's elemental skill lasts 9 seconds with the 16-second cooldown. So for the 7 seconds, you're not going to be getting that attack buff from her elemental skill. The max that you can get is 400% of her base attack. Now, base attack, we talked about this. If you look at the weapon, at level 90, there's the base attack. Primordial Jade Winged Spear is going to have 674. The Vortex Vanquisher as well as Staff of Homa, I think it's going to be what, 608. You got to add that with the flat attributes. So when you go into the character detail, that is the base attack with the weapon and the character. So Xiao has like 300 something. Hu Tao is going to come with 106 base attack at level 90 unless things are changed. Plus her weapon, if you have any 5-star weapons, like let's say you have a Vortex Vanquisher, you're going to get a Staff of Homa you've been saving. That is going to be giving her a base attack of 714. Now this is important because when you pop her elemental skill, it's going to, based on her max HP and based on her talent of her elemental skill, it's going to convert her pretty much, she's going to get more attack. When you use her elemental skill, her attack, you can get 2856 up to, right? And how much HP do you need to get the max attack from an elemental skill? That 2856, you're going to need around 45.6k max HP if you're using the Staff of Homa. And that's going to be at talent level 10 for her elemental skill. You're going to need more HP if you're using a weapon with more base attack like the Jade Winged Spear or the Spine. If your talents are lower than 10, then you're going to need more HP. If your weapon has lower base attack, then you're going to need less HP. Like if you're using the Black Cliff Polearm at level 90 and your elemental skill talent is level 10, you're going to need 39.3k HP. It's perfectly achievable. And on Hu Tao, you want to prioritize, unlike Xiao, you want to prioritize on your stance position, HP, and for your goblet, you want to get that pyro damage. Depending on the weapon and your substats, you either want to get crit damage or crit rate. Well, it depends on your constellation as well for your circlet. And we'll talk about that more once she is released. Now, do you need to get the most attack you can get from an elemental skill? The answer is no, but if you want to min-max and take her all the way to 90 and maximize her weapon, and get the most attack from an elemental skill, then that is what is going to be needed. Unlike Xiao, Hu Tao's button that makes her go into the beast mode is her elemental skill. Now, it's every 16 seconds, and if you pop that shit, you're gonna get that attack boost. And if she is below 70% HP, because when you activate her elemental skill, it not only knocks opponents back, but also reduces her current HP by 30%. So if she's at 70%, 30% of that is going to be 21, so she's going to go below 50%. And what happens when that happens? Her ult's going to hit harder, her ult's going to heal her back up better, and she's also going to get her passive talent where she gains a 33% extra pyro damage. So pretty much, once again, elemental skill every 16 seconds. She's going to get fucking the stim pack. She's going to get that injected. She's gonna do this massive wombo combo pyro. All her damage turns into pyro. You perform the charge attacks, which will put the blood blossoms on them. And every 4 seconds, it's gonna deal pyro damage. And I'm sure that's gonna apply pyro for melt, vaporize, whatever you wanna do, swirl. But anyways, when her elemental skill is up, you pop it and charge attack, apply the blood blossoms. And right before it ends, the 90-second duration, we don't have any like timers. That is one kind of thing you got to keep in mind when you're thinking of summoning for her. So once she's live, we'll find how many charge attacks she can fit in before she needs to fit her ult in, because remember, she deals more damage when her elemental skill is up, and that thing lasts 9 seconds. So if you pop elemental burst after the 9 seconds, then you lose. It's from the leaks I have seen, the clips I have seen. When you pop her elemental burst, there is that, like, you know, that cutscene. But just like Xiao, when I counted it, it was 1 second. It could be 1.5 or 2, but I think it's gonna be 1 second. That'd be great. 1 second would be great. 2 seconds, like Zhongli, it's just a little bit too much. But yeah, 1 second will be nice so that we can pretty much elemental burst. I don't think we're gonna be like counting down like 9, 8, 7. You know what I mean? I think we'll just fit in some charge attacks and then just pop an elemental burst and then get out. And then what happens after that? The way Hu Tao is designed is kind of like this yin-yang effect, or like, you know, when you play sports, when you're playing baseball, no, not baseball, when you're playing basketball or soccer, when she has the ball, she's gonna do everything she can in her power. She'll fucking kick in the goals, or she'll dunk on the opponents. But once her juice is out after 9 seconds, she knows it's time to pass the ball. What that means is that through her passive talent, she's going to give the rest of your party, excluding herself, crit. So my party like Zhongli will gain 12% crit for 8 seconds. And 8 seconds is pretty good. It's 1 second after her elemental skill is back up again. Now, I think the way she will work is that when she does finish her elemental skill, you can see on the right side of your screen, you'll see your characters with that crit buff. Hopefully that shows so we know how long we have the crits, like the food buffs. And then when the icon, the UI, the buff icon goes away, we know it's time to go back to Hu Tao to do that big wombo combo once again. So that's pretty much how she's going to play. And one more added thing is that you need to keep her alive, because remember, when you pop her elemental skill, it's going to take off 30% of her current HP. What is the Doge doing to the vendor Blanche here? But anyways, you want to get her to 50% or below and not die. And that's why building HP is going to have that double bonus effect. Not only does it give you more damage, more DPS, but also lets you live when you're under 50%. So ideally, you don't want to get like a shield on her when she's at 100% HP. Ideally, when she's around like 70% HP, I'm not talking about Constellation 6, by the way. For Constellation 0 Hu Tao holders like myself, what we're going to do is pop Zhongli's shield when she's at 70% or below, and then switch into Hu Tao and use her elemental skill. That way she's gonna be at 50% or below HP, and she'll be protected. Shields are gonna be great for her, but not really healing, because you want her to be below 50% when she's doing the wombo combo, when she's in her elemental skill state. So Bennett's ult or Diona's ult can screw that up. Different from Xiao, when you look at his ult, 2% of his current HP per second is drained. He'll never get himself killed because his current HP, he will be at 1 HP, he won't die. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is he loses HP when you use his ult. And basically, you're going to one day need some heals to get him back up so he doesn't get, you know, killed. But Hu Tao, she has the ability to heal herself. And the heal, it doesn't matter if she is over 50%, it'll still heal her. But if she is equal to 50% HP or lower, then she'll get more HP back. So she has that, so she is able to pretty much top herself up a little bit. So I feel that Hu Tao, unlike Xiao, is gonna have less maintenance. She's just in and out very quick. Get in, use her elemental skill, do damage for 9 seconds, and then when she's done, she's gonna heal herself up, and then you can switch to a different character. It's my time, I do my thing, but when it's not my time, hey man, I'm gonna pass the ball to you kind of thing. And she's not only screaming this because she is giving crit to her party mates, but because she loses all her power. Like, she loses all her juice. Literally, the attack bonus goes away. For Xiao, you can still stay on him. His normal attacks, his physical damage is still good. His charge attacks can do like 10k. His elemental skill still hits pretty damn hard outside of his ults. Yes, his damage is night and day difference during his ult and not, but he could still stay on him. But for Hu Tao, you want to be switching out any cryo characters like Kea, Chongyun, even like, you know, hydro characters like Chao, they be, you know, Xingshu, they be great to switch into after Hu Tao because of pyro application coming from her Blood Blossom. At least that's how it should work. Now, the pyro application may not be as fast as Kea's ability to consume him. through his elemental skill and his burst combo, and may not be as fast as Xiangling's pyro application coming from Guba, as well as the pyronado, the elemental burst combo. But I guess you can pair them together not only for the pyro resonance, but that would be just crazy good pyro coverage. So long story short, Hu Tao is a burster that you switch in and out of. Now, is she like a character that is like needed? No, because we have other characters that pretty much does what she does when it comes to pyro applications. Also, she does provide that utility where she gives crit when her elemental skill is down, but I don't think that is like the sole reason you want to be summoning for her either. For me, ultimately, I think I'm gonna go for her because I want the pyro resonance, and I'm gonna pair her up with Xiangling. So Hu Tao Xiangling is gonna have that crazy machine gun pyro application for either my Ganyu or Kea or any of my other characters like Chongyun, or for vaporized characters. That's gonna be very fun to see. You can also pair up with Bennett. The thing about Xiao is not really, he's not too worried about cooldowns. He's more worried about energy because his elemental burst is 70 energy, where Hu Tao is 60. And the duration, the burst period for Xiao is a lot longer. It's 15 seconds. Hu Tao, even if you have crazy energy regen, you still need to wait for her elemental skill before you want to use her elemental burst. And that is another thing that I'm curious about. How good is she at getting energy through her elemental skill? I'm very interested in seeing this. I think this is the clip that we need. Even though her elemental burst is 60 energy to pop, it needs to be popped towards the end of her 9-second burst window with her elemental skill. Is that going to be reliable? I hope so. I think so. But that is something that we got to keep in mind. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Your boy Zeal's out. Peace.